pressure inside the liquid drop, and PO is the total pressure outside, means inside pressure and outside pressure, and due to the inside pressure its radius increases from R to dr. So outside total pressure outside the liquid drop, total pressure outside the liquid drop. In surface area, now we will talk about the surface area. So initial surface area that is equal to 4 pi r square. Surface area of a sphere 4 pi r square. And final surface area, after increasing the area, final surface area that is 4 pi r plus dr square. Okay, and here we can write it as 4 pi r square plus 2r dr plus dr square. And if dr is small, if dr is very small, then dr square can be cancelled out. Dr square can be cancelled out, and it will become what? It will become 4 pi r square plus 2r dr. 4 pi r square plus 2r dr, and it can be written as 4 pi r square plus 8 pi r. This is the final surface area. So increase in surface area is what? Increase in surface area, if we want to calculate increase in surface area, that increase in surface area is what? Final surface area minus initial surface area. So it will be equal to 8 pi r dr. This is increase in the surface area. Now external work done in increasing the surface area, whatever the external work done, in increasing the surface area, and you know that in surface area of the liquid drop, so external work done increase in surface energy, increase in surface energy Now what is the increase in surface energy? You had studied that the increase in surface energy is equal to increase in surface energy is equal to increase in surface area plus surface into surface tension. Increase in surface area into surface tension. Increase in surface energy, and that increase in surface energy is what? Increase in surface area into surface tension. And what is the increase in surface area? it is 8 pi r dr into surface tension, that is equal to S. 8 pi r dr into S. This is equation number 1. This is the surface energy, but if now we want to calculate about the work done, so work done is equal to what? Work done, and this work done is what? Work done is equal to excess pressure into area into change in radius. Excess pressure into area. Look at here students, excess pressure into area. So excess pressure into area, it is equal to what? Force. Pressure into area is equal to force. So excess pressure into area, that is equal to force into increase in radius. Increase in radius. Okay. So excess pressure into area and increase in radius is increase in radius. So P is the excess pressure. If P is the excess pressure, area is equal to 4 pi r square into increase in radius, that is equal to dr. Okay, we have taken it as equation number 2. So we have to calculate this excess pressure. So equating 1 and 2, increase in surface area, and from 1 and 2 both are equal, this work done is increase in the surface area. So from 1 and 2, from 1 and 2, what we can write? P into 4 pi r square into dr, that is equal to 8 pi r dr into S. Clear? So from here we can calculate the value of excess pressure P. So excess pressure P is equal to what? 8 pi r dr into S upon 4 pi r square into dr. Dr to dr cancel out, pi to pi cancel out, 2 4 2 ja 8, r to r, and here we get excess pressure. Value of excess pressure is what? 2s upon r. This is the excess pressure. This is the excess pressure, that is equal to 2 pi r 2s upon r. So drop bubble pressure difference, pressure difference in a drop bubble, that is equal to what? P inside minus P outside, that is equal to 2s upon r. P inside minus P outside, it is equal to 2s upon r. So this is about excess pressure inside the liquid drop. Now excess pressure inside a soap bubble. We will discuss about excess pressure inside a soap bubble. We had discussed for the liquid drop. Now excess pressure inside a soap bubble. So from the above case, increase in surface area is what? Increase in surface area, we had calculated it as 8 pi r dr. This is the increase in surface area we had calculated, but soap bubble has two films. Since in the before also we had discussed that soap bubble since soap bubble has two films, and as soap bubble has two films, so increase in surface area, effective increase in surface area of this soap bubble. So effective increase what? Effective increase is equal to 2 into 8 pi r dr, and it is equal to 16 pi r dr. So effective increase in the surface area of the soap bubble is 16 pi r dr. Suppose this is equation number 1. Now external work is done in increasing the surface area of the soap bubble. So increase in surface energy is equal to increase in surface energy, and this increase in surface energy is equal to what? This increase in surface energy, increase in surface area into surface tension. Increase in surface area into surface tension, and this is equal to what? 16 pi r dr into s. Clear? This is increase in surface energy, and but work done is equal to force work done. This is equal to pressure 4 pi r square into dr. You know about this work done. Equating this equation second, suppose this is second and this is third. So equating these two equations, we will get P 4 pi r square into dr is equal to 16 pi r dr into s, and from here P can be calculated as 16 pi r dr into s upon 4 pi r square dr. R to R cancel, pi to pi cancel, 4 4 ja 16. It means 4s upon R. So P inside minus P outside is equal to 4s upon R. That is twice of what we had got for the liquid drop. Twice of what we had got for the liquid drop. This will be the increase in surface area for the soap bubble, because we had taken that soap bubble has 2 films, and this we had got from the previous derivation for the liquid drop. So this is the excess pressure for liquid drop, that is 4s upon R. Now we will discuss about the next interesting topic, that is capillarity. Look at here, students, we will discuss about capillarity. Yes, students, capillarity is what? Capillarity is means if a thin hair-like tube is dipped inside the liquid, then that is called as capillary. A thin hair-like bore inside a liquid is called capillary. This is called as thin hair-like bore is called capillary tube. This is called as what? Capillary tube. And the phenomena of rise and fall of liquid, phenomena of rise and fall of liquid in a capillary tube is called capillarity. Okay, dear students, look at here. Suppose We had taken a glass tumbler and it is filled with what? It is filled with water. And a thin hair like bore we had kept in water. So there is atmospheric pressure taking over here. So water rises up to this height. So this phenomena of rise of water due to the atmospheric pressure, that is called as the capillarity. The rise is called as capillarity. Suppose there is another container, and in this container mercury is filled. In this container mercury is kept. So we will see, this is called as meniscus. The shape of liquid inside the capillary tube is called as meniscus. So this is called as meniscus. And this is water. Here we have taken water and here we have taken mercury. Mercury has convex meniscus and water has concave meniscus. It has concave meniscus and it has convex meniscus. So here we will discuss about the what rise of capillarity we have to discuss. So first we want to discuss here about capillary rise. Capillary rise. Okay, dear students, we are going to discuss about capillary rise. So for this we have to suppose there is a container and inside that container a liquid is placed. Here we had kept the atmospheric pressure. So dear students, I am drawing a separate diagram for this meniscus, and over that we are doing our calculation. So look at here, this is the shape of the rise of the meniscus. Okay, rise of meniscus, and this is the angle of contact theta, this is the angle of contact, this angle is theta. Okay, this is the radius of what? This is the radius of the tube. This is the radius of the capillary tube. Maybe bigger diagram. This is the surface tension and this angle is theta, and this is the radius, r, and this small r is the radius, this makes angle theta with capital R, and this is the radius of this curve, this is the radius of the container, and this is the radius of the meniscus. What is formed? It is small r. So the surface of the water in the capillary concave. So pressure difference P atmosphere minus P outside, that is equal to 2s upon r, because we had taken what? We had taken water inside it, so it is given as 2s upon r. Now capital R, look at here, capital R can be given as the component of r along here, that is equal to r cos capital R is equal to R cos theta, and from here a small r can be calculated as R upon cos theta, and from here we can write it as PA minus PO is equal to 2s 2s upon a small r. Here we have to take a small r because the meniscus is forming the curve shape. It has radius a small r. So a small r can be written as capital R upon cos theta, and it can be given as what? 2s upon r cos theta. 2s upon r cos theta. This is equation number 1. We will keep it as equation number 1. Now P naught plus rho gh, that is a small P naught is the pressure and atmospheric pressure, rho gh, that is equal to pressure at A is equal to pressure at B, and it is equal to atmospheric it is equal to atmospheric pressure, because in this here we had drawn a liquid is kept here, and this is the shape of the meniscus. This one we had drawn here, and look at here, these are the 2 points. So here there is the atmospheric pressure, and this atmospheric pressure is equal to what? P outside plus rho gh. Whatever the pressure at this height liquid is exerting a pressure, that is rho gh, and plus atmospheric pressure, and this is the pressure on the 2 heights. So from here P naught can be written as P outside plus rho gh. P outside, that is, this is the atmospheric pressure, this is the atmospheric pressure. So P atmospheric minus P outside, that is equal to rho gh. P atmospheric, this is atmospheric pressure, so P atmospheric pressure minus P outside is equal to rho gh, where P is the atmospheric pressure. So rho gh is equal to what? 2s upon r cos theta, 2s upon r, and for here we had calculated it as 2sr upon cos theta, and from here h can be calculated as what? H is equal to 2s upon r cos theta into rho g, or we can say that h is equal to 2s rho g r cos theta. This is the height, up to which the liquid will rise due to the capillary rise. I am summarizing it in a nutshell. This is the pressure difference, axis pressure. R is the radius. R is the radius of the meniscus. R is the radius of the meniscus. Suppose look at here. This is the container. So this radius is capital R. This radius is capital R, and the liquid drop. The liquid is making a curve-like shape like this. So whatever the radius of this curve is a small r. This is a small r, and this is the radius is capital R. So this one is a small r, and this is capital R, and this small r is making an angle theta with the capital R. So we had taken it as its component as r cos theta, and a small r is equal to r cos theta, and 2s upon r cos theta we had considered. And from here we know that if there is a liquid, then this relation P naught plus rho GH. Rho GH is the liquid pressure and P naught is the outside pressure, and both the combined together to give the atmospheric pressure. From here we had calculated P atmospheric minus P naught is equal to rho GH, and from here rho GH is equal to 2s upon r cos theta, and from here we had calculated the height of the liquid. So this is all about the capillary rise, capillarity action. That's all for today, students, and in the next video we will discuss about certain numericals regarding this, and after that we will discuss about the hydrodynamics. Thank you, students. Have a nice day.